Shalom, everybody. What up? What up, everybody? How y'all doing, man? I'm Shalom. I'm out. What's up? What up? What up, baby? Welcome back to Rise and Scripts, man. This is part 9. Part 9 of the KEBRA NAGAST. The KEBRA NAGAST, the Queen of Sheba and her only son, Menelik, which was translated by E.A. Wallace Budge. Man, we left off we stopped last time on section or part 73 concerning the first judgment of Adrami, the king of Rome, which was Solomon's son. Solomon's son that he had married off or sent to Rome to marry and become king over Rome. And his predecessor was seeing how he would do in matters of judgment. So he gave him his first civil court matter. Some sheep, a man's sheep came in another man's vineyard and ate his it was said that he ate his leaves, his grapes, the stuff down to the roots. And now the other man said he didn't do that. He just ate some stuff, but he didn't eat it all. So now you gotta get down to the conclusion. Hear the matter. We gotta hear the matter first and see how it go. But we're moving along, man. We are almost done with this book. Oh, man. This book has 117 parts or sections or paragraphs. And we are on 73, man. So we're moving along. I have breath to breathe, baby. I'm up and at 'em today, man. There's been a lot of stuff getting done. I've been busy, so I apologize for not being around for Rise and Scripts, man. I've been getting up working, which is a great thing, getting things done on the land, so in the kingdom. We got the garden ready. Well, we started to get the garden ready yesterday. I started on my floor for my shed. I didn't finish it though. I started weed eating all the yard. We did good. Moved a lot of stuff. Man, I got leaves to rake up tomorrow. I still got weed eating to do. Today. We still got a lot of stuff to do before the Sabbath come in. So, but all praises, baby. I got breath to breathe and I got all I need to succeed so I can get my ass out there and do it. Do it, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share, tell your people, man. Y'all out here reading shit, man. We about to get into the part 9. We about to get into part 9 of the KEBRA NAGAST. But let's blow up the trumpets and give all praises to the Most High God for this breath I breathe. This breath you breathe, for everything that you have. You have to be grateful for what you do have. You can see, you can breathe, you can talk, you got some strength, you fed yourself. Hey, you walked, you got up and peed, shit. Hey, ain't no telling, man. You feel pain. You got a lot of good stuff, man. So blow up the trumpets. blow up the trumpets for the Most High. Blow them up. Blow them up. We about to read, baby. We about to read. I feel so much better when I read. Or when I get my butt up, whatever, and make it happen. Like we ain't been doing the Desmond Cole Ghost Patrols either. But we're gonna get to them. As soon as things slow down. Might go check on my goat. Yeah. But as soon as things slow down around here, after we get, certain things done, after the shed get built properly. Shit, no, tomorrow's the Sabbath. Tomorrow's the Sabbath, so we'll take some time tomorrow. We could do the family time reading tomorrow for sure. We should be able to do that for sure tomorrow. But then Sunday we get back to work. Man, I gotta cut all this grass. But I got a job to do. Oh yeah, it's mine. I gotta cut. Cut this shit. Yeah, but let's get into part 9 of the KEBRA NAGAST. Part 9 of the KEBRA NAGAST, which turned out to be an interesting book. An interesting one. Concerning the first judgment of Adrami, king of Rome. Let's read and grow. See what it is and what it ain't, what we can and what we can't, and the do's and the don'ts, baby. And Adrami said unto them, hearken ye to the judgment which I will decree unto you. If the sheep have destroyed all the shoots from the root of the vine, then they all belong to thee. And if they have eaten the leaves of the branches and the blossoms of the grapes, take the sheep, shear their wool, and take also the young of those which have not yet brought forth. But the sheep which have already brought forth young for the first time, leave them to the owner of the sheep. And all those who heard the judgment which he pronounced marveled. And Balthazar said, verily this judgment is a judgment of the people of the God of Israel. Henceforth judge him that hath a case at law, wage war with him that would wage war, rule him that would be ruled, keep alive him that should be kept alive, and pass the judgment that ought to be passed according as men would be judged. And take this city to thyself, and to thy seed after thee. And all the men of the city of Rome were well pleased, and they made Adrami king over them, and they rejoiced in him, and with a great joy, for it happened thus by their will and by the will of God. And then a fever seized Balthazar, and thereupon he sent Adrami to war, and into everything that he wished, whilst he himself remained in the city. And after this Balthazar died, and Adrami directed the kingdom. And the city of Rome became the possession of Adrami and of his generation after him. For by the will of God, the whole of the kingdom of the world was given to the seed of Shem, and slavery to the seed of Ham, and the handicrafts to the seed of Japhet. Man. Concerning the king of Medium. The king of Medium was of the seed of Shem. For of the seed of Isaac was Esau, who went forth from his mother's womb with Jacob clinging to the sole of his foot. And Jacob carried away the right of the firstborn from Esau for the sake of a mess of pottage. And the name of Esau's kingdom was called according to his name of contempt, Edom. For the interpretation of Edom is lentils. And because of this, the seed of Esau were called Edomites. For through the greed of his belly he forsook and lost the right of the firstborn of the seed of Shem. Let me mark that. He stole it. That boy sold it. He sold it. And Esau's kingdom was called according to his name of contempt, Edom. For the interpretation of Edom is lentils. And because of this, the seed of Esau were called Edomites. For through the greed of his belly, he forsook. What did he do? He forsook and lost the right of the firstborn of the seed of Shem. For unless the soul be restrained by temptation, it will bring down into a net the whole of the lust of the belly, which is of the body. For the body is greedy, but temperance restraineth the soul. And therefore Paul said, that which the soul doth not wish, the body wisheth. And that which the body doth not wish, the soul wisheth. And each contendeth against the other. If a man willeth a thing, and his soul bandeth itself with the desire of his body, he become like the devil. But if he restraineth his body, and his soul bandeth itself with his desire, he becometh like Christ. For the apostles say that Christ is the head of every man who travaileth upon the straight road. And our Lord said unto his disciples, walk in the spirit, and perform ye not the lust of your bodies. And when they heard this, they forsook all the lust of the flesh. And they said unto our Lord, behold now, we have forsaken everything and followed thee. What is our reward? And our Savior said unto them, ye have made your bodies like unto those of the angels, and shall do mighty unto them. And shall do mighty deeds, even as do I. And behold, I have given you authority to raise the dead, and I have given you power to heal the sick, and ye shall trample upon all the power of the enemy. And at my second coming ye shall judge, and shall put to shame the 12 tribes of Israel, because they have not believed on me, and have treated my glory with contempt. And as for those who believe in me, you shall magnify them, and shall make them to rejoice with you in my kingdom. Concerning the king of Babylon. Now the king of Babylon is the seed of Shem, and we will show you clearly that the king of Babylon is of the seed of Shem. It came to pass in the days of old that there lived in the kingdom of Manasseh, the king of Israel, a certain man whose name was Carmen. And he was a fearer of God, and he gave many alms and oblations to the poor of Israel. And when he made offerings to the house of God, he did so with sincerity, and his tithe he gave twofold. And he was good in all his ways, and he was no evil, and there was no evil whatsoever before him. And Satan, the enemy of all good, became envious of him, for he saw that his course of life was good, and that man was exceedingly rich in camels and horses and flocks, and of sheep and herds of cattle, and gold and silver, and fine apparel. And he used to feed the mule of the king in Armatim, a city of Israel. Now his native place was the country of Judah, his father's portion. But because of his love for wealth, he departed into Armatim to dwell there. And Israel allowed him to settle there because of his riches. For he was exceedingly rich and had many possessions, and the governors of Judah were afraid of him. Concerning lying witnesses. And there was a certain depraved man of the seed of Benjamin, whose name was Benaiah, who used to lead the mule of the king of Israel. And Carmen used to feed him, together with the mule of King Manasseh. And among the neighbors of Carmen, there were certain men who were envious of him because of his pastures and wells, and because of the multitudes of his flocks and herds and servants. For the region where he had settled was an inheritance of their fathers, and for this reason they wished to drive him away from their country. And they kept watch upon us, the leader of the king's mule, with evil intent. And they abused Carmen, and said unto Benaiah, this Carmen blasphemeth. And he saith, blaspheme the king of Israel, the anointed of God, saying, the king is not the son of a free woman, but the son of an old woman's servant, whom a certain man bought for 2 core measures of grain to work at the mill and brick making. Do thou take thy case against him to the king and accuse him, for we will be thy witnesses before the king, and we will not let thee be put to shame. And they made a covenant together, and they swore to him that they would bear false witness against Carmen, by whose tongue such a word had never been uttered, and into whose mind such a thought had never entered. And Benaiah went to his lord, the king, and told him all this matter. And the king said unto him, is there any man who hath heard this with thee? And Benaiah answered and said unto him, yes, there are some who have heard, 2 of the nobles of Israel, who belong to Armatim. And the king said unto him, go now and bring them hither secretly, so that we may find out whether they agree with thy words. And if they do, we will cut off the head of Carmen. And Benaiah departed and brought Zarias, and Carmela Anthony, and Benaiah departed and brought Zarias and Carmelis of the tribe of Manasseh. For it had been agreed between them that they would not put him to shame before the king in the matter of their lying testimony. And these 2 men agreed together and planned when they were on their way, saying, when we have spoken to the king, if he shall ask us afterwards separately, so that he may find out the truth of our words, saying, where did you hear these words? We will each of us answer and say unto him, when we were drinking wine with him, and when he shall say unto us, what day was this? We will say, 5 days after the new moon. And when he saith unto us, what time of the day? We will say unto him, at the 9th hour, and when he was sitting with us, and when we were drinking wine together. And when he shall ask us, saying, what do ye drink out of? And where were ye sitting? We will say unto him, out of cups of gold, and on seats were in the hall of his house, where the cushions were for reclining upon were placed. And they agreed together, and on this evil plot which they were on their way. And when they arrived in the presence of the king, Benius brought them forward. And the king questioned them, and they repeated to him all their lying counsel. And they asked them, according as they had surmised on the road, the occasion and the day and the hours of their drinking wine and their sitting in the hall. And they told him. Now God had commanded that king and governors and all those who occupy a high position shall investigate an accusation, even as God commanded Moses. And when the king had inquired into all this matter, he called the captain of his post, who stood before him and said unto him, go at dawn of day tomorrow and surround the house of Carmen, and let not any one of his people escape thee, neither man nor woman, and slay them all with the sword. And as for Carmen, cut off his head, and bring hither all his possessions and his goods, and all his flocks and herds, and his gold and silver. And those liars rejoiced and returned to their district. And they went into the house of Carmen and held converse with him with words of peace. And they paid him compliments, and they made jest before his face, evil being in their hearts. And then was with their neighbor. And then was fulfilled on them the prophecy of David, who said, those who speak words of peace with their neighbor and have evil in their hearts, reward them according to the evil of their works, and reward and according to the evil of their thoughts. And they drank themselves drunk in the house of Carmen, and they slept together with him. And when they had said unto him, leave all thy possessions and save thyself, for men have been commanded by Manasseh the king to cut off thy head. Take as much of thy riches as thou canst carry, and flee into another country. For this Manasseh is a slayer of the prophets, and a seeker after the blood of innocent men. Then Carmen rose up straightway, and sought out his treasure and gold, and took it. And he awoke his wife and his 2 sons, and he also awoke his chosen servants, and loaded them with possessions of great value, and went forth by night. And he sent off his wife and his sons with 2 servants to go to Jerusalem, and departed with 2 of his servants to a remote country, a distance of 3 months' journey. And he arrived at Babylon. And he came to Babylon, the king of Babylon, and gave him a gift, and related unto him what had happened to him. And, I said Babylon, and he came to Balion, the king of Babylon, and gave him a gift, and related unto him what had happened to him. And Balion loved Carmen, and gave him habitation near the house of his merchant, who had departed to a far country for a period of 3 years. For those men who had borne lying testimony, they killed in bed in Carmen's house. And the wife of the merchant loved Carmen, and she was seduced by him and became with child. Damn. And now the behavior of the woman is bad. And the husband of the woman had left her when she was with child. And she brought forth and gave the child to a nurse who brought it up. And in the second year, she went astray and became with child by Carmen, for the person of Carmen was exceeding goodly in Israel. And the woman wished to throw the child whom she had conceived into the river when he was born, and to wait for the merchant her husband, as if she had not gone astray and had not done anything wrong. Even as Solomon the wise man saith, there are three things which are difficult to me in my mind, and the fourth of these I cannot comprehend. The track of the eagle in the heavens, the path of the serpent on the rock, the track of a ship on the sea. Now the fourth of them, of which he speaks concerning the wicked woman, who having wronged her husband and washeth herself, sitteth down like a woman who hath done nothing, and she sweareth an oath falsely. And at that time, the wife of Balaam, king of Babylon, conceived and brought forth something which was like unto an eagle, a perfect bird, but altogether without wings. And she called a handmaiden who was a favorite, and set the thing away in a wicker basket, and commanded her to cast it into the sea or the river without letting anyone know about it. Man. At that time, for the bringing forth of the wife of the merchant arrived, and she brought forth a man-child, comely in form and worthy of compassion. And without suckling it, she came and called to a handmaiden who was a favorite, and put it in the inner part of a box, and commanded her to throw him into the sea or the river, without anyone knowing about it. For she was afraid of her husband. And in the same night 2 women brought forth the merchant's wife, and the wife of the king. And at daybreak, the 2 women sent their handmaidens to cast their children into the river. And by the will of God, these 2 handmaidens met each other before they had thrown the children into the river, and they talked together. And the handmaiden of the king asked the handmaiden of the merchant, saying, what is in thy box? And she showed her the beautiful child. And the king's handmaiden said unto her, why hast thou brought him here? And the merchant's handmaiden said unto her, because the wife of my lord had gone astray with a certain Israelite. And she conceived and brought forth a child, and she had commanded me to throw him into the river. And the king's handmaiden said unto her, why doth she not bring up the child who is so beautiful? And the merchant's handmaiden said unto her, her husband left her with child, and she brought forth the child, and is rearing him. Now then can she rear this child who is of strange and alien seed? And the merchant's handmaiden asked the king's handmaiden, saying, what hast thou in thy box? And the king's handmaiden said unto her, my lady had brought forth a child that hath not the appearance of a man, but of a wingless eagle. And she hath commanded me to throw it into the river. And now give me this child of thine, that I may give it to my mistress, and do thou take this bird and cast it into the river. And they did so. And the handmaid of the king took the child of Carmen to her mistress, and the queen rejoiced. And it was reported to the king that the queen had born a son. And the queen gave the boy to the nurses, and he grew up in the house of the king. And she called his name Nebuchadnezzar. What, ain't that something? Which is interpreted by the luck of the bird. Ooh. And through this, it is well known that the king of Babylon is the seed of Shem. And he came and overthrew Jerusalem by the will of God. And he carried away captive the children of Israel. And he made them to wander in the town of Babylon with the grandchildren of Manasseh. And he was so very rich that he set up a pillar of gold on the plain of Babylon, 60 cubits high. And he was very arrogant. And he used to say, I make the sun to shine in the heavens. And he worshiped idols. And God abased him so that he might not know him, that he might know him. And he set his portion with the beast of the field. And when he knew the name of the Lord after 7 years, he had compassion upon him and brought him back in repentance. And the kingdom of Babylon was his, and it belonged to those who were of his seed forever. Concerning the king of Persia, the king of Persia is likewise of the seed of Shem, and we will inform you concerning the matters that relate to him. Judah begat 2 sons. He brought in Tamar for his eldest son, and he died. And Judah sent his youngest son to her that he might raise up seed to his brother by his brother's wife. And he did that which God hated, and he did not wish to raise up seed to his brother as his father Judah had commanded him. Now when he lay with Tamar, he made his seed to go into the ground, so that it might not germinate in her womb and be called the seed of his brother. That boy pulled out game on point. You want me to what? Pull out? I might die like that. Like that boy who's supposed to be with Tamar, the second brother. I have to go back and see what that boy name is. What? Do what? Oh, you don't want my seed to germinate. Let's see what it is. Now, when he lay with Tamar, he made his seed to go into the ground, so that it might not germinate in the womb and be called the seed of his brother. But he wished to raise up seed by his own wife in his own name. And when God saw his evil act, he turned his face away from him and slew him. And Judah, the father-in-law of Tamar, brought her back and set her in the house of her father, and said unto her, Kinsfolk, keep careful this Israelitish woman, and let her not defile herself with an alien. For I have a little son, and if God will let him grow up, I will give him to her. And whilst Tamar was living as a widow in her father's house, behold, Judah, her father-in-law, came to the place where the sheepfolds were to shear wool with great satisfaction and pleasure. And when Tamar heard that her father-in-law had come, she cast away from her the apparel of widowhood, and she put herself in splendid apparel, and she veiled herself after the manner of a harlot. She went outside. Oh, you wanna? Where you going today? I'm going outside. Like that? Like a harlot. And she followed him and sat down. And he sent message to her, saying, I wish to company with thee. How much? How much for you? And she said unto him, What wilt thou give me for my hire? You know this ain't free. I am the table. This gonna cost you. This marrow ain't free. That marrow. And he said unto her, I will send to thee in the morning early a suckling lamb. And she said unto him, Give me a pledge until thou givest me the lamb. And he gave her his staff and ring and the close-fitting cap that was up under his headdress. Take my wave cap. You know, Judah like the wave caps. Take this wave cap I got. I got to take this wave cap, and I got this ring. They're bartering. The staff, and he gave her. Let me mark this wave cap. Oh shit! And he gave her his staff and ring, and the close fitting the cap that was under his headdress. It sounded like a wave cap. I wish to accompany thee. And she said unto him, What wilt thou givest me? I'm always going to pay a suckling lamb for the... I went to the auction. Me and my boys went to the auction the other day. And we was looking at some lambs. And a lamb started at $60 a piece. And at least those lambs did. And so he was about to pay $60 for that cat. $60. A suckling lamb. It might have been less because that's with inflation. And he accompanied with her. And she took the things and departed unto her house. And he sent the lamb unto her early in the morning, and his servants inquired and said, Where is the house of the harlot? And they said unto him, There is no harlot in our town. But they're both like, What? There ain't got no harlot out here. Man, I know I slept with a harlot last night. It was a hoe out there. I gave her a staff, a ring. Man, that girl left my wave cap. She got my wave cap. That's my favorite wave cap. There is no harlot in our town. And they returned into their city and told him that there was no harlot in their town. And Judah said, Leave ye it, and the will of God be done. Then Tamar conceived, and they told her father-in-law that she had conceived. And he went and took the elders of Israel to the father of Tamar, and he said unto him, Bring to me thy daughter who hath conceived, that we may stone her with stones, even as Moses commanded, for she had brought reproach upon the house of Israel. And the father and kinsfolk of Tamar told her that her father-in-law spake thus. And she brought out the ring and the staff and the wave cap. Don't say wave cap, it say cap. And the cap, and gave them to her father and her kinsfolk. And she said unto them, The owner of these things hath seduced me. Let them stone me with him with stones. And when Judah saw his possession, he recognized him, and he said, Tamar is more righteous than I. And he left her and came to his house. And Tamar brought forth twins, 2 nations. Pharez or Perez and Zara. And Pharez or Fars, Persia, was founded in the name of Pharez, and he ruled over it, and his seed after him. And they were called Pharsarian, or the Persians. Behold now, it is proved that the king of Persia is of the seed of Shem. We're going to read one more section. One more part. Concerning the king of Moab. And the king of Moab is of the seed of Shem. It's made me think about something. It made me think about my boy Abiel. And the king of Moab is of the seed of Shem. And we will inform you how this hath come to pass. When God made Abraham to depart from his father's country into the land of Canaan or Haran, he made Lot to pass over into the land of Sodom and Gomorrah. And when God wished to blot out the people of Sodom and Gomorrah, he sent his angels, Michael and Gabriel, to bring out Lot and to burn up the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, and they destroyed them and brought out Lot with his children. And his wife turned round so that she might see the city of her father and her mother. And now the wrath of God came down on the city of Sodom in the form of a rain of fire from heaven, which burned up mountains and hills and stones and earth, and lightnings and forked lightnings and peals of thunder came down, mingled with the crashing of the wrath of God, and a cloud of fire, which made the heat to emit smoke. And when all this uproar was being heard, the angels said unto Lot, Turn not round after ye have gone forth from the city. Turn not round that ye die not the death. But when Achmabah, the wife of Lot, Achmabah, it's somewhere else I read the name of Lot's wife. I think it's in the book of Jasher. I'm gonna have to reference it and see if it's what's her name in the book of Jasher. Make me want to look it up right now. Let me see. Wait a minute, baby. Let's see. Flood. Nimrod. Abram. Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, Abram, Sodom destroyed. Ado. This one say Ado. Ado. Achmabah. Ado, the wife of Lot, looked back to see the destruction of her cities, for her compassion was moved on account of her daughters. This one says, and when all this uproar was being heard, the angel said unto Lot, Turn not round after ye have gone forth from the city. Turn not round that ye die not the death. But when Achmabah, the wife of Lot, heard this, she turned round, and she became a pillar of salt. And she existed to this day, to this very day. And as for Lot, God made him to dwell in the mountain of Ararat, and he planted a new vineyard, and his daughters made their father to drink wine, and they plotted a wicked plot. And they said, How shall the possession of our father be wasted or blotted out? Our mother has been destroyed on the road, and there is no one to marry us here. And they had and they made their father drunk, and his elder daughter lay with him, whilst his mind was clouded with wine. And Lot the righteous man did not know when his daughter had lay with him. And when she rose up from him, for his mind was clouded with strong drink. And Noah was drunk and naked before his wife and children. And he cursed his son who laughed at him. And the act of lying with his daughter was not reckoned against Lot as sin, for he did it unknowingly. And his elder daughter conceived and brought forth a child, and she called him Moab, which is being interpreted, from my father on my knee. Pooh, Lord, what a name. From my father on my knee. Man. And he was the father of the Moabites and the Agarenes. And behold, now it is clear that the king of Moab is of the seed of Shem. We're going to stop right there. That was part 9. Part 9. Of the KEBRA Nagast. Part 9 of the KEBRA Nagast, man. The Queen of Sheba and her only son Menelik, man. Translated by E.A. Wallace Budge. Oh, man, we're moving along. I might have to amend it and put from 73 to 79. We stopped on part 79. Section 79. We got some more to go. We getting there. We is getting there. We in that thing. We out here. We succeeded for today, though. We succeeded. I've been thinking about when I be up working. I've been up. I'll be up just sometime I'll be up carving. I'm trying to finish these for my logo. I got 2 of them. I'm doing them together. So when I do one on one, I do one on the other. So I'll be up carving. Sometimes I don't go. I haven't been going to bed like 5:30 in the morning. 5:30. Sleep for a little bit, then get up with the boys. Get started working outside. Other shit. Which I'm about to do now. Probably gonna get my weed eater ready here in a minute. Work out a little bit, get my weed eater ready. And get back to working in their yard. I gotta get my garden ready. Man. But while I was doing all these things, I was thinking about, man, all this time I was sitting up, I could have read. I could have read for them days I didn't read. I was like, man, I should have read Rising Scripts. Man, I could have read Rising Scripts today. Man. So, hey, man, I was up. Let's do it. Stop bullshitting. Get to it. Rising Scripts. Because we still got some other books I want to read, too. Still got some other books I want to read. I haven't done the reading with Shalom in a minute. We might need to do that. Because I need to finish Africans in Colonial Louisiana. We're almost to the end of that book. We're on the last chapter. We're on the last chapter of that book. We need to finish it, get it out the way, and then have 2 smaller books. The Last President and something else about the travels I want to read. And we can get that out the way and then move on to, I got a couple of other books. The next book I think was supposed to be Black Indians. The Black Indians after that. So, man. But we out here, man. One book at a time. Oh, Sleep Monster was getting on me. Sleep Monster just got on my shoulders. Come here, boy. Bitch, get on me. Yeah, we got stuff to do. We got stuff to do. A lot of stuff to do today. So, man, I hope that you are able to succeed at the things that you have to do today. My bad. Looking at this made me look at something. Made me look at something. Maybe think of something on my carving. My bad. Uh, ooh, man, I hope that you have some goals that you need to accomplish, and that you do accomplish. Succeed at the little things, and work your way up to succeeding at big things, at great things. You gotta. It's like a building process, and before you know it, when you turn around and look back at all what you have built, you'll see how much you have succeeded, man. You'd have built a mountain, you know, one scoop at a time, and it may take a while, but shit, you can move a mountain. You can move a mountain, and at the same time of you moving that mountain, you could build another mountain. Hey, you know, let's keep building this mountain. Let's keep building the mountain, and we're gonna keep searching through the sea of pages for the treasures, man. We're gonna keep looking for what it is and what it ain't, what we can and what we can't, and the do's and the don'ts, man. That's been laid before us in the sea of pages, in a different sea of pages that we have. We're gonna keep moving though. Like, comment, subscribe, share, tell your people, man. Shalom out here reading shit, man. I appreciate everybody who stopped by and who will stop by. Uh, and lend me an ear. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. All praises to the Most High, man. All praises, man. I'm glad I was able to read. All praises. All praises. I look at my books and my little library on my wall and stuff, and man, oh, I'm so grateful. Oh, I need some more bookshelves is what I need. I gotta build some more bookshelves. I need to build me some more bookshelves. I need a bigger library. Man, all praises. All praises to the Most High. All praises. Hey, until next time, this has been part 9. This has been part 9 of Rising Scripts, and hopefully Lord willing, we'll make it back for another Rising Scripts part 10. Be on the lookout. We still have book number 13 in the Desmond Code Ghost Patrol series. The vampire ate my homework. Oh, Lord. Vampires ate homework. So, man, I'm Shalom. I'm out here, baby. Hey, keep pushing, everybody. One day at a time. One day at a time. A little bit at a time. Succeed. Be better today than you were yesterday. And work at being better tomorrow than you were today. Hope everybody has a wonderful day. Shalom. I'm out.